If you're dreaming of retirement and you're swapping your snow shovel for a beach chair, you need to hear this. Because I want to show you 7 of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're relocating for retirement, and more importantly, how to fix them. Now, my team has helped thousands and thousands of people navigate through this, and trust me, this is the stuff that'll save you $1,000, but also a ton of headaches. So give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. So here we go. Tell me, where are you dreaming of retiring? Someplace sunny or maybe a cozy mountain town? Go ahead and tell me, because mistake number 1 is ignoring the true cost of living. Now, if you're thinking of a new paradise, it's going to be cheaper, and you're not crunching those numbers, watch out. Look, you've saved up your nest egg for a sunny spot, and bam, surprise bills from everything from property taxes to that fancy grocery store. Look, I got a funny story for you, but I once knew a guy who moved to Florida for the low cost, and he forgot about hurricane insurance. And then he ended up budgeting more for shutters than he did for shuffleboard. And you don't want to be that guy, right? So you want to educate yourself with the true cost of living. So you want to go to sites like Numbero or bestplaces.net, where you can compare your current city to your dream destination. And you want to dive into tax education. You know, states like Tennessee, they have no state income tax for retirement funds, but they do have sales taxes. You also want to grab a free budgeting worksheet from AARP or USA.gov, and then you model your monthly expenses. It's really a good tool. And you also want to visit your targeted areas and take notes of the actual costs that are involved. Look around at restaurants. What do they cost? What's the gas prices? All the other things. Because if everything online is true, right? You know that. Wrong. Didn't I teach you anything yet? This is the knowledge that turns potential shock into your smooth sailing for your future. Now, have you ever been shocked by a sneaky cost when you moved? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I want to know what caught you off guard. Now, here's mistake number 2 is overlooking the local healthcare access. If you're assuming doctors grow on trees everywhere, wrong answer. In retirement, your health is your wealth. So if you move to a remote island, good luck finding a specialist without a helicopter ride. Now imagine you're retiring to Florida and you find yourself stuck in a 6-month wait time for a doctor appointment due to the massive logjam in services caused by a concentration of aging population all in one area. It's happening. And you want to research healthcare rankings on sites like HealthGrades or Medicare Plan Finder. You want to learn about the provider networks. You know, the real question is, does your insurance cover hospitals in that new state? And also, what does it cover? Then you want to visit the potential spots and ask the real locals, how are the hospitals? And how about that doctor wait? What are the doctor's wait times? It's kind of like dating. You want to test the waters before you're committing. And don't skip updating your insurance. There's guides from John Hancock and the AARP to walk you all the way through this. Now, the knowledge here means you'll have fewer trips back home for checkups, and you're going to have more time enjoying your new life. So how do you check out healthcare before moving? Hey, you got any tips or horror stories? Go ahead, share them below. Mistake number 3 is forgetting about social connections. Hey, look, you packed up, but without a plan for friends, guess what? Relocation can actually feel like starting over in high school, and you remember what that was like, except for you didn't have acne, and now you've got some more wisdom. And suddenly, you're the odd one out yelling, "4!" to crickets, right? So educate yourself in person about that community. Those glossy brochures, yeah, they're nice, but the forums online, yeah, they can be deceiving. So when you tour a new town, evaluate your social amenities, all the clubs, the events, and even online meetups. You also want to look at walkability and community vibes. This is the education that keeps loneliness at bay and turns strangers into lifelong pals. Now remember, friends don't let friends. Retire alone. Build that network. So what's your go-to way to make new friends in a new place? I've seen some amazing friendships being made here, and I just want you to drop your story here in the comments to let others know. Now, mistake number 4 is mishandling housing and downsizing. Diving into a new home without a downsizing strategy, that's a recipe for disaster, guys. So you've got decades of stuff, but how do you fit grandma's china cabinet into your new tiny house? All funny aside, it's like playing Tetris with your life, but the blocks are emotional heirlooms and they just don't rotate. So you want to study relocation guides from sites like homeguidemyrtlebeach.com or relocation guides. You can learn about age-friendly homes all on single level and the accessibility features. This may not be what you want to hear, but it's going to be the truth. What you need today may not be what you need tomorrow. So you need to think about not what you need today, but what you might need 10 years from now. You want to plan for it because you don't want to have to move again. And here's a pro tip. You want to start decluttering months ahead of time because this is going to take you some time. with some of those helpful decluttering videos that are here on this channel. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. But this is the kind of prep that makes your new home feel like a fresh start, not a storage unit. And trust me, less stuff equals more freedom. Now, who's with me? What's the hardest thing that you've had to declutter? Go ahead and tell me in the comments. I really need to know that I'm not alone on this. Now, mistake number 5 is skipping the legal and administrative updates. Now, ignoring a pile of paperwork, a new state, it really means there's new rules for everything from your driver's license to retirees' property taxes and estate plans. So picture updating your will only to find out that your new state taxes it completely differently. Surprise inheritance from Uncle Sam? That's a party pooper. So use government resources like USA.gov worksheets for the step-by-step guides. And then you also want to learn from your local area about domicile establishment from your advisors. So you want to get this part right so you'll avoid bureaucratic nightmares and keep your golden years truly golden. Now, have you ever been tripped up by paperwork when moving? Go ahead, put it in the comments. What was your worst headache? Now we're moving on to mistake number 6, which is underestimating lifestyle changes. It's happening, but not prepping for weather, the activities, or the daily grind shift. It could be a problem. You know that tropical dream? Hello, humid hair days. Look what happened to me. You retire in the upstate for the views, but you forgot, oh, I'm not a penguin. Time to thaw out those plans. Now, you want to evaluate factors using retirement checklists. You want to research the climate, the amenities, the property taxes, and the fun activities. You can visit seasonally in different areas and then test out your new life. But look, this is not a one-size-fits-all situation because the online posts, what they said, it was great, but not everybody agrees with that. Now, I've had real people who have moved here and they absolutely love it. And I've also had people that it just didn't fit for them. So make sure it fits for you. And that's why this education on the ground when you're looking at things really does ensure that your relocation matches your vibe. You can find your perfect fit. Believe me, it's out there. Now, what's the one lifestyle change that you'll love or hate in a new place? Go ahead, spill it in the comments, because here's the mistake number 5 is botching the actual move. And last but not least is treating your move like it's a weekend errand. The packing, the timing, the physical stress. It's not a marathon and it's not a sprint. Look, have you ever tried to move a whole house of furniture at the age of 65? It's less of an extreme sport and more of an extreme ouch. Follow the moving guidelines for timelines and hire help when you need it. Life transitions, including using all the tools. Don't do it by yourself. Use the checklist and then break it down. Do I sell my home first? Do I buy a new home first? Should I sell my furniture and then buy new when I move? All this stuff really matters because this is the prep that turns chaos into a well-oiled adventure. And again, hire pros when needed because your back is going to thank you. So what's your funniest or most stressful moving story? I'm dying to hear it. Drop it in the comments. Now here's your bonus tip. Take a vacation to your top spots. Live like a local for a week, but I'm not talking about in the tourist areas. Get outside of those areas. It's the ultimate education. Now, if any of this helped, drop a comment with your dream relocation spot. And be sure to like and subscribe and share this with someone you know who could actually use this. I really just want to say thank you for watching, and I want you to make your next move your best move. So what's your dream spot? Beach, mountains, or somewhere else? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.